now, segment 2. All right, we're live. Danny Vegas live show right here on WCOBM, live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you for watching live right here on WCOBM. And just remember, if you want your own show, you want to be cool like me, you can do that. Just talk to Bruce. Go to Bruce at WCOBM. Enough talking, enough smacking. Michael Curry, world-class social media coordinator and the overseer of the Danny Vegas Live social media platform.
Am I?
Kinda. You're the teacher and I'm the student, and I'm
yeah.
the one that doesn't do what he's supposed to do, and you just like, ugh. But anyway, Michael Curry, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I know. I've known you for years. It's almost like we're at our meeting every week. But anyway, I wanted to bring you on. Thank you for coming on, because I do consider you, and believe me, social media coordinators, you could swing it. I'm not going to use that one. You could basically find a social media coordinator on every street corner now.
True.
Pretty much. Case of beer? You want a case of beer? Do my social media? Here, I'll give you a case of beer every week. So, but I do consider you, amongst the masses of social media coordinators, I do consider you the top of the pinnacle.
Well, thank you.
All right. So let's get right into it. We've known each other well enough to where we can go right into some social media smack. And you can tell me whether I'm smoking dope, which I guess we can't say that anymore because it's illegal. So let me just say this. Am I shooting heroin or not?
Okay.
All right.
Go.
One of the things I hate. Tell me if I'm shooting heroin. I hate 3 word sentences with 15,000 hashtags that came over from Instagram. Go.
That is annoying, especially, for Facebook users, because Facebook was never built or intended to be have hashtags in there. So, hashtags on Facebook is recent, and so Facebook users aren't accustomed to it. They don't necessarily appreciate it, and there's stats to say that the more hashtags you use on Facebook, the less interaction and reach and all that good stuff that you're going to get, because it's just unattractive and it's
okay. Let's move a little forward, because I hate where it's like, I love juicy fruit, hashtag 50,000 things. What about the posts that they're actually a post, but they've got all the hashtags in the sentences? So you're really like, I like juicy fruit hashtag, I bought it at Smith's, and I walked down to the street hashtag, and bum tried to get 50 cents. I mean, that type of stuff. Are we in the same ballpark?
Kind of. There's, so every social media platform is different. So
Right.
Twitter is different than Facebook. You have different text limits and everything like that. So on Twitter, you're much more likely to find that, where hashtags and mentions are put inside of the post.
Right.
Throughout the post. Facebook, it's not normal. It's not usual. If you want to throw a hashtag in there, you usually throw it at the bottom of the post.
Like, I've been Michael Curry trained. That's what I do. Now, because what I do with hashtags, and I was very reluctant, I've been saying for years, I hate those damn hashtags. But what I've done is I've tried to find a hashtag that is unique to Danny Vegas, and I use that hashtag, because then people can go there to gain information about the brand. Am I shooting heroin on that, or is that like, that's not the purpose of a hashtag, so basically you're wasting your time?
It's useful in some ways and not in others, because if you're using a completely unique hashtag that nobody knows about.
But it's at the bottom, and they
Right,
can
no,
click on it.
right, but they have to see the tag.
Right.
They have to see that post and see the hashtag
Right.
to learn about it.
So in a way, it's
So it's a good way if you're throwing an event and you want people to tweet or mention the event in their post, then have a hashtag for that event.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. There's a good tip right
And
there.
that,
I never do that.
And you want that to be a unique hashtag, because you want that to be specific to your event. But if in general you want to use hashtags that people are already using, that are popular already. So on Twitter, I'll use a couple of hashtags for social media, right? So hashtag SMM for social media marketing, hashtag social media marketing. I don't use all three at the same time all the time, but they're, so I know that those 3 hashtags are the better hashtags when you're talking about social media.
And that's what you track.
And you research, right? So you can go into Twitter, do a search on SMM for social media marketing, and see what kind of posts, the volume of posts that are out there, how often it's being used. And then you can go and do a search for the other hashtag and see how often that one comes up, how popular it is.
We're getting way beyond my pay grade. I want to ask another question. Thank you very much. Yeah, let's go with something that people that, I don't know, they're kind of like me. They have a great social media coordinator like you, but I'm kind of like the student. You're my teacher, and you're always telling me what I'm doing wrong. And over time, I think I've become a much better social media person. Let's talk about Instagram for a second. A lot of younger kids are on Instagram. My daughter takes 15,000 pictures of herself, and she puts it on Instagram. But my daughter's 13 years old. It doesn't pay for a damn thing in her life. I mean, and I think anybody that does anything on Instagram that has any value, they put it on Facebook. So is Instagram a viable marketing solution? I mean, is it, if your market is an older crowd that can stroke your checks, do you waste the time on Instagram?
Yes.
Okay, tell me why.
Instagram is owned by Facebook.
That's true.
Right. So, and then you're kind of making a blanket statement for all businesses because every business is different.
Right.
So a bar that's catering to younger crowd, why not be on Instagram? But if your target audience is people in retirement homes, then no.
So like anything else in marketing, you just use the distribution channel that fits your...
Yes, and that's, an important aspect of just developing a social media strategy is picking the right channel for your business in particular. So
okay, let me ask you this then. And I've had discussions with social media people with this before. I tend to use 3 social media platforms. Mm-hmm. Some believe you got to be on every damn thing out there. Mm-hmm. I tend to believe if you're out there, if you just too much stuff, you can't do a great job on everything. So do you believe hey, pick 2 to 3, kick ass on it, or you know what, have a little bit of cheese on every single one of them and maybe dabble with it?
I say when you're getting started, start with Facebook.
Right.
It's the biggest, it's most popular, it drives the most traffic.
Right.
All that kind of stuff.
But do you subscribe to the theory hey, Danny Vegas Live should be on everything out there? Or like you guys have done, okay, we concentrate on Facebook, we've got YouTube, we've got 4 or 5 good platforms that we take care of very well, or is that the way to go? Because that's the way I like it.
The way to go is to have as many social media platforms as you can manage. Because if you have 5, if you have 10, if you have 20,
right,
as long as each channel is getting regularly updated and you're checking in to make sure that comments and likes and shares are being acknowledged, then you're okay. But what happens is that people create all these social media accounts and then it doesn't perform and they don't get the traction that they want. So then they kind of just leave it there as a derelict ship. And, that doesn't help you. And the more of these channels you have, the more kind of maintenance you get, because if somehow you change your phone number, you change your address, and then you have to remember
all that stuff,
all these passwords for all these different websites, and you have to remember to update all this information. Like if you change your headshot, if you're you're a single entrepreneur, if you change the color of your logo or you get a new logo, you have to go back and change it everywhere.
That's right.
So
okay, Michael, we have 1 minute left. Fast. We're going to have you back every month. I wanted to get it a little bit into groups. I don't know why Facebook allows you to add people into a group without them knowing, especially with so many people on Facebook. They're so, making sure that you can't do something unless I know it. It's just amazing they allow to do that. I bet that changes eventually. But Inline Vision, Michael Curry, where do we get a hold of you if we want to find you?
InlineVision.com.
InlineVision.com.
That's as it should be the hub of our world, because from there you can get to our blog, you can get to our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram, our LinkedIn page.
But if someone wants to just find you real fast on Facebook, I know you got a couple weird things going because someone's got your name on something or something like that. But Michael Curry.
Right, just type in my name. There's an E in Curry.
There's an E in Curry. And we're going to have him back every month because he is a platinum member, Inline Vision. This is Danny Vegas, and we'll be back.